great to be here, and this is truly a God thing that I am here. Wyoming is, I'm from Wyoming, and Wyoming is so different than Southern California, it's unbelievable. In Wyoming, there are no people. It's the least populated state in the nation, less than 500,000 people. Of the less than 500,000, 95% of them are Caucasian. 4% are Spanish, and 1% are other. And so for God to transplant me from Wyoming to Southern California is truly a God thing and a miracle in itself. My culture diversity was when I would go to town. We're from a ranch, and the ranch is 22 miles from the closest gallon of milk. And so when we would go to town, there is a restaurant in Wheatland, Wyoming, and it's a Mexican and Chinese restaurant all in one. You get the menu, and you have the Mexican menu on the left and the Chinese menu on the right. And that's not all. It's owned and operated by Koreans. So was my, prior to getting here, that was my cultural diversity, okay? Coming out here, I visited several churches, and they were all great, but I was running late one time, so I decided I would try NewSong. I'd walk by NewSong in my evening walks, and so I thought I'll try NewSong. So I drove into the parking lot, and I drove in just before the service started, and all I saw were Asian people getting out of their cars. So I thought, my first reaction was, they don't speak English, keep going, skip church this time. So I did. I actually drove back out to the street, and I told myself, you know what, so what, even if they don't speak English, get back in there. So I drove back in and reparked, and I walked in, and the music was going on, and it was so loud, and I thought my fears were true. They don't speak English. But I thought it was very nice that at least they put English on the screens. So then I heard Sebastian preach, and guess what he mentioned in the service? Racism. And I'm not a racist. Wyoming people are not, but it's just such a culture shock to see all the Asian, and we just don't have that in Wyoming. And so, long story short, it meant so much, and to see what the Lord had done with Sebastian and what the Lord was doing in my life, that from that point on, when my wife came out and joined us, we never tried any other churches. We said, this is our church, and we fell in love with the people here, and we love you, and we thank you. And it's been a great experience. And for taking us in from Wyoming to make us feel home is absolutely wonderful. So this is home. Thank you.